This video shows how to create a 5-number summary in boxplot using StatCrunch. So this is using the data on page 52 with the number of home runs for Barry Bonds and Babe Ruth. So we'll start with Barry Bonds, and I've retitled variable 1 to be Barry Bonds so that I know whose data is in this column. And just like in Excel, I'm typing in the number of home runs corresponding with Barry Bonds. So you can see I'm just going down the list and entering the data. You don't have to sort the data in any way. StatCrunch is able to do that for us. So we just want to make sure we get all of our data in here. Okay, so I think we've got all our data. So now we want to go to Stat, and we're going to choose Summary Stats. And we want Summary Stats for the Barry Bonds column, so we'll choose Column. We select Barry Bonds, it's the only column we've got so far. And then we've got a whole list here of statistics we can choose. So by default, it'll choose the mean, the variance, the standard deviation, the standard error, the median, and the range. And then here comes our 5-number summary: min, max, Q1, Q3, and of course the median is Q2. So if we say compute, here is the data we need. And in StatCrunch you can make your box bigger. In that case, it doesn't change anything, it just lets us move it around. And we can see for our 5-number summary, our min would be 5, quartile 1 is 25, our median is 34, quartile 3 is 45, and our max is 73. If we want to make a box plot, we can go ahead and go into Graph, and box plot is just right below stem and leaf plot. And so go ahead and click box plot, select Barry Bonds, and then you can say compute, and we can drag the corners to make this larger if we want. Now suppose we want to see both Barry Bonds and Babe Ruth. So let's close out our summary statistics. And in variable 2, I'll enter the data also on page 52 from Babe Ruth. It's always a good idea to label your variables up at the top so you don't wonder what was variable 1, what was variable 2. StatCrunch, as you can see, works just like Excel, and it's real straightforward and makes very nice statistics graphs. Okay, so we've got Babe Ruth data in there. So now we can go back to our same box plot and hit Options, Edit, and we can also select the Babe Ruth column. So if we want 2 columns, see where it says select more than one with Shift click, or if you're on the Mac, Apple key click. And then we can go ahead and press Compute and see how we get a side-by-side comparison for Babe Ruth and Barry Bonds. So we can see Barry Bonds has a larger distance from min to max, but Babe Ruth has a higher median. And if you hover your mouse over, you can see all the information in the 5-number summary for Babe Ruth, and similarly for Barry Bonds. Now, if we go to Options, you might notice there are some more choices. So we can put in a marker for the mean and median. So let's go ahead and check both of these. And we can see the median is just where we expected it in the box, but they've added an extra marker where we can see the mean. And so the mean here, if we go into Options or hover over, we can see the mean is in green. And so Babe Ruth, if you turn our head, Babe Ruth is left skew as a distribution, right, because the lower values are down here. And we're not surprised to see the mean is smaller than the median. If you look at Barry Bonds, he has a right skew there because he had that one year when he set the record and had a lot of home runs. And so in the Barry Bonds graph, the mean is higher than the median.